Thank you for stopping by the Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Scott Nerney. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. You will definitely want to keep this one handy because with us tonight is the director, main man, and entourage for Hawk Studios and a movie that's coming out, Article 92. We're going to hear a lot more about. Joe McGee, welcome to the Spotlight Series.
So I want to thank the Rhode Island Way for having me here. My name is Joe Hawk, also known as JD Hawk, or Joe Hawk is my IMDb movie name. I'm the founder of Hawk Studios and the writer, director, producer of Article 92. So Scott, thanks for having me. And I brought some guests, cast and crew. They'll introduce themselves. They're here with me today as well.
Sure. Let's hear from these guys. Give us a little bit about your name, where you're from, and what your part of the movie was. We'll dive deeper, but just a quick shot.
Okay, I'm Shawn Burke. I'm a fight coordinator for Article 92. Came all the way from Maine.
Great.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jasper Jones. I'm native to here in Rhode Island. I play Agent Gilmore in Article 92. We had a great time filming.
Hi, my name is Llidio Martins, and I'm from Massachusetts, and I play a journalist, and I also do sound.
How you doing? My name's Coleman, Cecca. I'm from Massachusetts, and I played Brad Ravenport in the movie.
So, Joe, we're going to talk in a minute about the movie, and I can't wait to get to it. But one of the things that we like to ask a lot of the film directors and writers that come in is, what drew you to film? What brought you to this medium?
Yeah, that's a great question, Scott. I'll rewind a little bit. We're talking 2016. I actually became an accidental author. And I wrote fiction and nonfiction books before I did movies, and that kind of segued into it as far as my film journey. Is I wrote a book in 2016 called Leadership Lessons Inspired by a 6-Year-Old, which talks about raising children and raising teams. I was in the corporate world back then, and I was like, wow, this is really exciting. Is really just writing this book. From there, I did a book in 2017 called The White House is Fake. In 1957, Dwight Eisenhower did the National Federal Aid Highway Act, which many of you may or may not know, that was originally intended for public use. The highway then became, it was military use, then it became public use. So I tied my fiction around that, and I wrote that book, and I started to develop movie trailers for my book called The White House is Fake, and that segued my journey from filmmaking in 2017. And then I kind of I changed a little bit from writing books to writing screenplays, and that's how it all started, sometime north of 2017.
So some of the screenplays you let other people take and run with, is that really satisfying to really see someone else take your vision and bring it to life?
Well, to clarify that question, this is all my original work. The White House is Fake, I wrote it, and then from thereafter, all of my work from that point forward was all my own work from Hawk Studios. I also freelance work for other SAG films and other people's films as well. But that's what really started the filming, was the vision of my words on paper coming to life. There's nothing more beautiful about that, and I really wanted to showcase that to the world, is that I can be a Quentin Tarantino. I can write something, I can film it to how I vision it, and then the actors will sell it by emotions or words. And this is just a fantastic journey for me.
Let's talk a little bit about Hawk Studios. You mentioned it's a little more than just movie making. If you want to give a quick rundown, a lot of our readers may have interest in some of the services you talk about. If you just want to give us an overview of that.
Sure, yeah. The Hawk Studios is my company. We're Connecticut-based, New England-based. We do videography mostly. We also do commercials for businesses, corporate videos, religious videos. But primarily my main focus is a lot of my work lately, which is compromises of my own screenplays. So basically I established my great cast and crew, some of which is here today for Article 92. And we really just get into the selling of the screenplay. But as far as services for Hawk Studios, we've done SAD films. Once a Week for Life, I filmed John Fiora from Sopranos. And many, many other great people. And I actually also filmed Tom Sizemore before he died in another film called Mob Humor. So we get around, we do different projects as freelancers, but we're also focused on our own work, and that's how we involve the local community, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Mass, We go to various locations to film, and we bring local and just actors all around the world to really sell the journey.
Right. So give us a bit of an overview. We're also going to see a clip in a minute, but give us an overview of Article 92.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to love this, guys. Article 92, if you love sci-fi, action, thrills, this is your film. We're talking about the U.S. government is harboring aliens. This is about Dan Ravenport. He is a washed-up journalist. He just got fired from his job, and he's a raging alcoholic. He decides to get in his car one night, takes a drive in his Corvette down this long road. It takes place in New Hampshire, and he stumbles upon the U.S. Army harbor an alien in the middle of the roadway, and he's just perplexed. Why is this happening? First, he thinks it's the alcohol because he's a raging alcoholic. And then he notices, he gets closer, he takes some photos, and he realizes, guys, this is a real deal. This is an alien. And now the U.S. Army is chasing me up the hill. They bring him for question. And this starts a long journey of the Homeland Security agents. Jasper Jones is here. She plays one of them, Agent Gilmore. They start questioning him. What did you see on Old Pine Road? What did you see in the roadway? And he's like trying to cover up his butt. I didn't see anything. He's trying to say he was drunk, but they know he saw something. And then his brother, Brad Ravenport, who's also here as well, basically tries to help him just get away from all these mercenaries that are trying to kill them. So think of it as this is a sci-fi cat and mouse thriller. That's what Article 92 is.
I think we're going to take a little look at a clip, and in fairness, the cast hasn't seen this clip.
True.
And because we're showing it on the back side of the cameras, they're still not going to see it.
You're right. You're right.
So when this airs, it'll be the first time they've seen the full clip put together. Let's take a look.
All right.
Approximately 2,300 hours in Concord, New Hampshire, a training exercise became a national security threat.
They want him dead.
Why?
Civilian. It's a picture of an alien. End of story.
It's time for setup. Dan Ravenport will be on the national news as the person who tried to kill the vice president. Get a mercenary. Have a U.S. Army member do it. I don't care.
So, Joe, you and I know what that clip's about. We're not going to share it, but the audience has seen it. The millions of people around the world that just watched that. The cast will get to see it at their cast premiere party.
Yes, that's
you
correct.
guys have seen little bits of everything that's happened there. I saw you. I saw you. I saw you. I saw your work coordinating stunts. It was fantastic. You should be so jealous of us right now. So, Joe, this looks like, just the pieces I've seen on the Inside Scoop, a fantastic movie. It captures so many boxes. The alien piece, the governmental piece, the cat and mouse, the fighting is phenomenal. There's so much to it. I really want to commend you on it. But I also want to give the cast and crew a little bit of time to kind of talk about their roles and how they felt they added to the film, what they really loved, and what made it special for them. Why don't we start with Shawn, the stunt coordinator?
Okay, on this project was great. Got to use a lot of different martial arts. Also, above all, we concentrated on actor safety. Make sure the actors don't have to fall, didn't throw punches without hurting each other, that kind of thing. It was all a great crew. Everyone was so different. Got to really use a lot of knowledge of doing different, we used some kung fu, some judo, some boxing, a lot of martial arts. It was a lot of fun.
So tell us a little bit about when you're trying to teach someone who doesn't really have those skills. It's not just slow motion and on block here. And, how do you really get those skills transferred to someone in the scene? So, obviously some of the stuff that I've seen, it looks so real, but I know these folks aren't, that skilled. How do you do that?
Yep, what we'll do is I'll choreograph the scene, and then I will do my assistant Lou. We'll go through it once, Then we'll both go with the actors, make sure they edit down together, and then let's have them go really slow because we can always speed it up a little bit if we need to make sure we get all the details, get know what they're doing.
So Jasper, tell me a little bit about what it's like to be a government agent.
Oh, this was a really fun role, especially if you're always have to be a nice person. I didn't have to be in this film, so that was great. I play Agent Gilmore. I'm interrogating Dan Ravenport for a majority of my scenes, and I just really want to get him. I don't believe anything he said. We had a great time with the interactions. Everybody on the film was really great. I can't tell you what happens to him or me, but it's great to watch and see how it all unfolds. But this was a really great time for me. Everybody was great. I did some stunts here as well. And Joe always does a great film. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I saw you doing a few stunts, and I have to say they were fantastic, right?
Oh, thank you.
She'll get to see them at some point.
At some point, I'll get to see
From
how
the
I did.
camera's side.
Hopefully they came out great. Yeah, lots of fun.
And let's continue down the line. Sound and acting.
Yep, I played a journalist where we had to fire Ravenport, and because he was drunk all the time, and it was really fun to do that. And I get to do the sound, which I get to see the whole movie unravel. So it's really, really, it's fun for me. It's really great.
So from a sound perspective, obviously here at the Cecca Inn, when we've got dozens of people watching us, and we try to keep them quiet and the bar quiet, but also have the same atmosphere. It's a little different than what you're dealing with. You're trying to shoot a movie and you're listening to things that are everything that's happening that's not the movie, but also trying to make sure when someone's bones are broken, not saying anybody here, that you actually hear that, or a car goes by and it sounds legitimate. I mean, how do you kind of take his vision of everything that's happening that's on purpose and not on purpose and bring that to life?
Well, we have to keep everybody quiet, and when it's not quiet, we have to tell them quiet on the set. And if this car's going by, it's natural. I'm sure sound can be removed. Anything, birds or anything is natural sounds.
And Cecca, I'm going to say you're the bad guy, but you're the good guy. Ruffian, it might be the best description. When you get a role like that, do you look at the last couple pages to make sure you make it through, or you just kind of roll with it?
No, I just roll with it. I was super grateful to have this opportunity. Quan Milligan, a friend of mine, got me involved and introduced me to Joe on Tony Martone, and got invited again to be a part of Article 92, and it was a really fun role. A lot of fun people working with the stunt coordinators and Shawn and Lou and Joe, and having an idea of what the scene should be or what they wanted to be able to capture. And there was a lot of fun times too where they'd come up to me and be like, "Would you be able to do something?" And without giving too many spoilers away. And we were able to come up with something, and it was a lot of fun doing it, and a lot of fun seeing how it came out. And I still haven't seen the end results, but I'm excited for that as well. So
I saw you get a little physical. I don't know if I'd be so brave to watch you hold a punch or not, but so apparently there obviously are some people that would. But I applaud anybody who can not only act, remember all those lines, go through all the stunts, and make it as though they're really the person in the movie. There's a special quality to that, and I see a lot of that in you guys, and I can really appreciate everything you've put together here. It's really phenomenal. And I've only seen tiny bits of it. Again, they haven't.
No,
You're right.
we haven't.
They have not.
So, Joe, what's in the vision? Like things that are coming through your head, and after this, I mean, I know we talked in the green room, which isn't really green; it's kind of normal. But once you get this launched, when are we looking at this getting out into the public?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I mean, for this particular film, Article 92, we're thinking sometime February 2025 will be the public / red carpet premiere. There's a lot going on right now before that's happening. We're in post-production for, big reasons. Number one, this independent film, this is international. We went international. Not a lot of films on the independent level can say that. When I say we went international, we went across the pond. We went to the United Kingdom and we filmed the scene in an Oval Office replica at October Studios in the UK. And I went over there, and not just to go over there, I picked people up. I drove on the wrong side of the road. Well, they would say it's the right side of the road, but I went on the wrong side of the road. And I'd never driven in London before. I usually take taxi, but I'm hauling people in a foreign country in a car that I don't even know these rules out here, right? So that was a journey in itself. And not only that, but the outreach of the cast. We have casts in this film. Connecticut, people that are in the cast are from Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, Hawaii, California, Florida, New York, right? This is huge, guys. And not only that is we filmed in Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, and UK. As far as UK, we have roots right here in Pawtucket. We're at the White Ash Cigar Bar. Kudos to Don, the owner, for allowing us to be there. We're in Woonsocket on Capwell Avenue, residential house. And we were also over in East Providence on Warren Avenue. So Rhode Island definitely is seen in this film, and we're grateful to film here.
Great. So where can people keep tabs on your film and yourself? You shout out to where they can find that?
Absolutely. The best bet is follow our website, www.thehawkstudios.com. From there, you got the trailers, you got our contact information, our email. Our Instagram is instagram.com/hawkstudiosct. We're also on TikTok under the same name, Hawk Studios CT. But the best bet is the website to find out more information as far as events, auditions, what's happening with the film. We're also under IMDb, search Article 92, or search my IMDb name, Joe Hawk, Hawk, would be the best bet.
And obviously all the release information will be forthcoming there.
That is correct, the website, Hawk Studios, thehawkstudios.com. We'll have all the release details, the public premiere. We're generally focused on Rhode Island. We're in the Stadium Theater in Woonsocket before for our premiere. I can't say where it will be, but that is one potential that we're looking at. We're also looking at for local companies. You want to sponsor us? Get on our photo backdrop where a photographer takes pictures of our beautiful cast here against the backdrop. They can email me, jhawk@thehawkstudios.com, for potential sponsorships. To partner with us, we also have different perks where we can film a commercial for a business. We will play that commercial during our premiere. How cool is that? They get to keep that video for themselves. So we're looking to partner up as well.
That's fantastic. And on IMDb, I assume all you actors have your live links on there. So if somebody really wants to find out a little bit about a tough guy or the sound or this beautiful lady here who's a very brutish, nasty
Not
agent.
very nice during
This gentleman with all his martial arts.
That's right.
They can find all that information there. And sometimes I like to follow certain actors, find them while they're here, find them before they get really big and disappear, because it's definitely a big benefit to look at independent films that are in Rhode Island, about Rhode Island, and especially ones that are, have nothing to do with true reality, because we don't know about any aliens. Mm-hmm. We don't know about any agents and government programs. And you don't know what Article 92 is, but I assure you, you will during this movie.
Can we talk a little bit about Article 92? So how that ties in? So that's a great segue, Scott. So Article 92, for a lot of people that are in the military, they might pick up on this, but in the Unified Code for the military, there's certain articles in this book that everyone has to follow these rules and regulations. They need to know the handbook. In the handbook, there's one called Article 92. What Article 92 says is that one who is enlisted in the service shall follow lawful orders from the superior. So there's a climax in the film where the U.S. General wants one of the members of the U.S. Army, played by Quan Milligan, Sergeant Miller, to kill Dan Ravenport because he's a national security threat. But he kind of goes to the general and say, hey, Article 92, this is not a lawful order. This is unlawful. And he kind of brings that lawful versus lawful quandary into the picture, where he's saying you can't do that. He's like, well, I can still court-martial you. He's like, but it's not a lawful order. Throughout the movie, he plays nice. He pretends to do it, but there's a big moment where the own U.S. military thinks this is morally wrong. they help break out Dan Ravenport from the Fort Braxton military base, and they escape. Now it's the U.S. Army, the mercenaries. They're after the U.S. Army members and Dan Ravenport. So this is a cat and mouse thriller now. So all great things in this film. You want action? You want fights? We have it all in this film. It's going to be a fantastic thing, guys.
We can't wait to see it. We can't wait to see the rest of the trailers that are going to come out, the release party. So pay attention online to Hawk Studios.
Yes.
Take a look. Hopefully someplace like the Stadium Theater, which I also adore, we'll get a great release party, and then we'll get this out there into the general public. And really wish you guys a lot of luck. And it's fantastic to have all of you here. I really appreciate you making the drive from Massachusetts and Maine, and coming to sit with us at Spotlight Theater.
Yeah, we appreciate the time, and like I said before, this is I think of it as not just one person. This is a family, right? The cast and crew kind of compromise over everything. Hold on a second, guys. The cast and crew really make up everything, right? Because you have your stunts, you have your makeup people, right? Special effects. You have your sound, you have your cameras, you have everything, you have my vision. Everyone has their own role to do, and you're going to see in this film that how much love, how much heart that we all put out. Alien, you're going to love him. Rob Sapkowski, shout out to him, from Arizona. He made him. It's a one-off alien from Arizona. He makes these creatures, and what's exciting, a quick story about him. This is a guy that's so real, so authentic that TMZ, you guys all know TMZ, the website for movie, paparazzi, all that, right? He was in an article that was saying that these people in Latin America thought a werewolf was killing people. It was debunked to happen to be the werewolf that Rob Sapkowski made. That's the guy that made my alien. That's how real the real deal we have in this film, guys. Rob Sapkowski from Arizona. Thank you. You're going to love this alien, guys.
And he hasn't seen the trailer either.
He has not seen anything. I'm teasing everyone right now. Now, to be fair, the public release for the trailer is July 1. I wanted to spice you guys up, send you something so you could hear for your community, for the followers, for the fans. I think it's important. So we share that. The actual actor premiere, they're going to see it the first time, June 28th. But they may see the clip we're going to play here as well. But the public premiere is July 1 for the trailer.
Now, we've gotten all their IP addresses. We're going to block it.
That might happen. That might happen. The U.S. government might be blocking the signal right now, too.
Well, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Keep us in touch with what your projects are in the future. We'd love to have all of you back, or any of you back, on future projects. Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right.
Is that good?
That was good.
Anything we missed?
No.